What's going on, Giants fans? There's been a lot of Hall of Fame talk following the Super Bowl. People are saying Matthew Stafford is going to be a Hall of Famer, and they're also saying Eli Manning should not be a Hall of Famer. And I just don't believe in that, and I'm curious where all of you stand. If you think Eli should be a Hall of Famer, like this video. I'm hoping maybe this will be the most liked video in channel history, but let me know by hitting the like button if you think Eli Manning should be a Hall of Famer. Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and in today's video, we're going to take a look at what Joe Schoen had to say about trading down in the NFL draft and how he approaches that, and also Dante Fowler. He was recently released by the Atlanta Falcons, so let's break it down and potentially if the Giants could sign him in NFL free agency. And they actually can sign him today if they wanted to, because the Falcons, they released him before the new league year started, so he's technically called a street free agent, and he can sign with the team anytime he wants. So if the Giants went calling today and could agree to a contract, or any other team, they could sign him. He's the former number 3 overall pick back in the 2015 NFL draft, and he's still just 27 years old. He's had some great years in the NFL, most notably with the Los Angeles Rams. He spent the last 2 years with the Atlanta Falcons, totaling just 7.5 sacks in the past 2 seasons. Last year, 4.5 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, 3 forced fumbles, 0 fumble recoveries. He still has a lot of potential. He's a young player. He's a dynamic edge rusher, and I'd like to see what Wink Martindale could do if he got his hands on Dante Fowler. How many times have we seen with the Ravens? They bring in a pass rusher that looks like he's past his prime. They work with Wink Martindale and the outside linebackers coach, and they turn their career around and become a viable threat off the edge to apply pressure to quarterbacks. So let me know. We'll take a deeper look at some stats regarding Fowler and his best years in the past 2 years, but I want to hear from you. Should the Giants sign Dante Fowler? I know a lot of you guys are already saying, Marsh, we got no cap space. We can break that down, and there's always ways to find cap gymnastics, and I don't think it would be that much money to sign Fowler, but get your votes in, Y for yes or M for no. If the Giants sign Dante Fowler, or they sign someone as soon as possible, we'll be breaking it down on this channel. We're just 100 subscribers away from getting to 6,000, and I think we can do that on this video. So if you're new to the channel, we are a one-stop shop for Giants news and rumors, and we post all year long. Our draft coverage is going to be on fire. 2 top 10 picks. We'll start pumping out draft videos almost every single day. So if that sounds like something you enjoy, go down, hit that big red button. Dante Fowler this last year with the Atlanta Falcons, he was okay, nothing great, wasn't terrible, 4.5 sacks, 3 QB hits, in 14 games, 6 tackles for loss, and 36 total tackles. He was used as a sporadic pass rusher, didn't play 100% of the downs, but I still like what he can bring to a team, still has a lot of upside, and still just 27 years old. But what he did in 2019, his best season in the National Football League. 58 tackles, 16 tackles for loss, 11.5 sacks, and 16 QB hits. After that season with the Los Angeles Rams, he then got the bag from the Atlanta Falcons. Only spent 2 years there, only 7.5 sacks over that stretch, and that's why they eventually released him just yesterday exactly, and now he can sign with any team because he's been cut before the new league year starts. And I think he would be affordable. I think this is the type of free agent, and leading up into NFL free agency, these are the type of guys that the Giants are going to have to target. Guys that are coming not off their best years, have played well, and are going to be on the B and C list of NFL free agents, guys that aren't going to command a lot of money. And I don't think Fowler will be that type of guy. I think you can give him a 1-year, prove-it type of deal. 1 year, $4 million, 1 year, $5 million, lace it with incentives. If he balls out, you give him more bread. If he doesn't, you don't got to worry about it. I think Fowler is a very intriguing option, and if I was Joe Schoen, I'd give him a call. I'd see if he want to come play for the New York Football Giants and try to get his career back on track. I think it's a very interesting topic, and I'm sure we'll talk about it later on in the weeks and the months to come if he's still a free agent when free agency opens. One thing I want you guys to know about is this awesome deal we have going on with Fanatics and these awesome hoodies. This one right here, it was $65. Now it's $48. Slash it in half. All types of hoodies are on sale. They have this one. They've also got this darker blue one. That one was $70, and now it's $52. If you want to get these deals, you got to go to chatsports.com/Giants hoodies. You can't just go to Fanatics and try to find them. You won't get the deal. The only way you get the sale is chatsports.com/Giants hoodies. It's going to continue to be cold for a couple months, so might as well be swaggy and rock some Giants gear when you're trying to stay warm. Chatsports.com/Giants hoodie. Joe Schoen. He recently talked about his draft strategy and what he does when he thinks about trading down and what goes through his mind about trading up or trading down. And I thought it was really important and pretty interesting, so I want you guys to hear what he had to say. This is what Joe had to say. I would say where we are right now, as many at-bats as you can get, as many swings as you can get, I think that's important where we are as a team. I'm open to moving up, moving back, whatever it may be, as long as I can sleep good at night with the decision and I make it. If I move back and I end up losing out on a player I like, I have to be able to live with that or stay and take a guy or go up and get him again. If you're drafting good players and you're confident and convicted in your decision, you'll sleep good at night. We don't want Joe Schoen missing any of his bedtime Z's. And the Giants, they can't afford to reach at pick number 7. I think at pick 5, they're going to get a guy they want, whether that's Ika McQuanu, maybe Evan Neal falls. I think Charles Cross. I think they're going to go to an offensive lineman at number 5, but maybe if Kyle Hamilton is there at number 7, or a guy like Derek Stingley or Ahmad Sauce Gardner, or maybe Kayvon Thibodeau falls to 7. Todd McShay just had him going number 5 overall to the Giants. At the end of the day, I think they're going to get the guy they want at number 5, but when it gets to pick number 7, that's when it's going to have to get dicey. And maybe Joe Schoen will start answering or making phone calls about trading down. And if he trades down from the number 7 overall pick, you got to get back a first rounder. And if you do, that would be a win-win situation. You trade down maybe into the teens or the early 20s in the first round of this year's draft, pick up a first rounder next year. You don't have to clear as much cap space, and you have more draft assets and flexibility down the road going into next year when maybe Daniel Jones plays bad this year. If he does, you'll have 2 future first-round picks next year, and you can use that to trade up and go and get your guy if he's slated to go before you were on the clock. But what do you say? Do you think the Giants should trade down in round 1? I think if they're going to trade down, it's more than likely going to be from pick number 7. So keep that in mind. Let me know. Do you think the Giants should trade down in round 1? Type T for trade or type S for stay put. I talked about earlier how I don't think the Giants can afford to trade down or reach, at pick number 7. And it's because over the past 6 years, which we'll show you, there have been some great players selected at number 7. In this most recent draft, Jamar Chase, he went to the Bengals at pick number 5. And Penei Sewell, he went to number 7, a great offensive lineman who some people had talks about being offensive rookie of the year, but that just doesn't happen with offensive linemen. He is a great player, and hey, if you get a player like him at number 7 for the Giants, that's an absolute steal. The year prior, Tua Tagovailoa, he went number 5 overall. Still kind of a so-so career, still has some stuff to prune. And Derek Brown, he went number 7 to the Carolina Panthers. He's been a solid player, hasn't really lived up to the hype, but not a bust, a good run-stopping defensive tackle. Then in 2019, Devin White, he went number 5 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He is a game-changing linebacker, a sideline-to-sideline player. Maybe that's a Devin Lloyd for the New York Giants. Then Josh Allen, the defensive end Josh Allen, he went number 7 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's been solid, but left some to be desired. At the end of the day, still a player with a lot of upside, and I can see maybe him having a great year in 2022. In 2018, the number 5th overall pick by the Denver Broncos was Bradley Chubb. Had a great start to his career, then has been battling injuries the past couple of years. The Giants were really big on Chubb back in the 2018 draft. That sounded a little bit weird, but they liked him a lot. Big Chubb guy. And then Josh Allen, the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, he went number 7 in the 2018 draft, and he is one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. In 2017, it was the draft of receivers. Corey Davis, he was drafted number 5 overall by the Tennessee Titans. Didn't really work out, not really a bust. Did get a good-sized contract with the New York Jets this past offseason. I'm very intrigued to see what he'll do this year with Zach Wilson and another year under their belt, building up that chemistry. And Mike Williams, one of my favorite receivers in the NFL, a big body, a guy that can go up and get it. Another game changer that you got with the 7th pick in the NFL draft. Then in 2016, this would probably be the most ideal outcome for the Giants. Jalen Ramsey, number 5, DeForest Buckner, number 7. Those are 2 all-pro players. And if you can walk away from the 2022 NFL draft and you get 2 all-pro players from those picks, Joe Schoen is going to be a very loved man in New York City. But hey, guys, I'm trying to get to 1,000 Twitter followers, and I need your help. My bosses are on to me. They're like, look, we can't give you the promotion that you asked for because you don't have enough Twitter followers. So I was like, God dang it. Let's get more Twitter followers. Hit me up. I'm trying to get to 1K at @MarshallGreen_.